Call Ian Lees-Galloway.
Thank you very much, Mr Chair. I'd like to address some of the detail of Clause 6, which is, of course, all about the council being able to hold the land as a recreation reserve. Clause 6, brackets 1, refers to the Reserves Act 1977 and how that applies now to the land as if the council had declared that the land be held for the purposes of a recreation service under Section 14 of the Reserves Act 1977. Section 14 of that Act states that a local authority may declare land vested in it to be a reserve. And this is all about ensuring that local authorities have the power to set aside portions of land as reserve land that's available to all of the citizens that fall under that council's authority. This is very much about providing a service for the public, which everybody is able to access. Section 14 of the Reserves Act actually also refers to other sections, Section 17 through 23, and these are the sections which actually lay out what type of reserve the council will actually vest that piece of land as being. The choice was made for this to be a recreation reserve under Section 17 of the Reserves Act. And earlier in the debate, we were asking the question, why did the Select Committee choose a recreation reserve over a historic reserve, which is allowed under Section 18 of the Act? And as a number of submitters had suggested would be possible. But actually, if you look at these particular parts of the Reserves Act, it does actually make sense that Parana Park be a recreation reserve rather than a historic reserve. Recreation reserves are they are classified as recreation reserves for the purpose of providing areas for the recreation and sporting activities, the physical welfare and the enjoyment of the public, and for the protection of the natural environment and beauty of the countryside, and then a range of other provisions as well, which would actually be shared with a historic reserve. But the historic reserves, on the other hand, are classified as historic reserves for the purposes of protecting and preserving in perpetuity such places, objects and natural features. Now, going back to the original purpose that George Parr had for this land, it was very much as a space which was accessible to everybody for recreation. It was a place that children could play, as well as having the building in which children could convalesce. That was his original purpose. And I think although this bill actually ultimately overrides his final will and testament, the desirable outcome is that we stick as closely to his original intentions as possible. And so having a recreation reserve that is available for all of the public is appropriate. And there were other choices for Mr Parr. He didn't have to offer that land up for the public. He could have kept it in his family. He could have kept it. He could have had it sold on for private personal gain. He could have denied public access to that piece of land. But no, he chose to do something quite different. He did something which was, frankly, I suppose, no better way to put it. He did something which was for the many and not the few. And that was a laudable outcome, I think, and it's great that we had someone that far back thinking in those terms. This particular clause 6 reinforces that. It does. There is some controversy around the name that has been chosen, and we've traversed this quite extensively. But often these areas of land are known by common terms. It's what is sort of accepted by the people in the area, but it's not a legal term, and it has no sort of legal strength. This clause 6 actually says that the area will be known as Parana Park, despite the fact that there are a number of different options and probably a number of different ways that people will continue to refer to the land. You can legally change the name of something, but if
Call the Honourable David